Okay, so I was putting together the video that I was going to upload for this. It's a little bit of a book video. You will have seen the previous footage of, you know, me and my daughter going to Chapters. We had some lunch and stuff, and I did actually have footage of some books that I ordered that had showed up, but I think that I accidentally deleted them, or it didn't film. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I know how to work a camera well enough to know that it was actually filmed, so I think that I might have accidentally deleted the footage. So now I'm just going to show you what I got, because I did want to share that with you and then kind of go over the books on my TBR. Now, I've just gotten back into reading. It's taken a few years. You would have thought that with COVID I would have read more, but not really. I had other things that I was doing, so reading was just not on it. But I have started reading again, and in February I did manage to read 2 books. I know that's not a lot by a lot of people's standards, but for me, with the time frame that I am reading in, it kind of made sense. So what I end up doing is every night, except for possibly Friday and Saturday nights, I kind of make that a movie night. Every night between 7 and 9 p.m. I read, just to stop looking at screens, kind of disconnect. I'll put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and sometimes I read longer than that, sometimes I read less than that, depends on what's going on. But that's just kind of the time frame that I gave myself. So over here is my bookshelf, which painfully needs to be organized. But I just wanted to show you the books that I did get in the last package that I got, and one of them was right here, and it's A Fire in the Flesh. So this was actually book 3 of the Flesh and Fire series that is by Jennifer L. Armont. You can just read that. I don't even want to attempt to pronounce it. Anyway, I loved her Blood and Ash series. I do have to say that the heroines in each story, in some cases, mildly annoy me, but it was okay. This one here, though, this was a hard read for me. This was a hard read. Not that it took me long. It actually only took me about 4 days, I think it was, to read it. 4 days, maybe 4.5. I don't know. But the only thing about this book that really bothered me is that the characters seem to have had no sense of urgency. No sense of urgency as things were going on. And, you know, I did pick up that it was kind of trying to, you know, drag the story out a little bit to fill the pages. And I just, there was just no sense of urgency. Things were going on where it would be like, you need to do something. And they just took their own sweet time. It was still a good story, and I did still I liked the book. And I like that series, so I know that the next book comes out. It's released here in Canada on May 7th. So I'm thinking I might download it into my e-reader first, and then I do want to get the paperback one just so that it kind of matches the rest of the set. In that package as well, another book by the same author that I got was Fall of Ruin and Wrath. I don't know much about this story, but that's okay. I think one of the things that actually drew me to this series was the book covers, if I'm honest. I think they're beautiful. I do. I think they're absolutely beautiful. And now that I have this one in a hard copy, I'm going to have to collect them all in hard copy. If there's more than that. But I was saying in the footage that I accidentally deleted. Sorry, I'm swaying. My back is a little sore, so I'm just trying to keep moving. I was saying in that footage that I deleted that I am a series read girl. That I'm fantasy romance. I do like my sci-fi stuff. I mean, that doesn't mean I won't read standalone books, but I do like to be invested in the characters, almost like when you're watching a TV series. I do like to be invested in the characters, so I will almost always choose books that have more than 3 in the series, or in some cases, some of the books I have like 9 or 10. But this one as well, I'm not exactly sure what part of the world it's actually in yet. Judging by the map, because each book does have a map in it. I don't know where this is, but it's not in the world that I've been dealing with, at least not that I know of yet. So this is one of the ones on my to be read list. Another one that is on my to be read list is Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I've always wanted to start this book and I never did. And it was partly because there was only one book. I wanted to wait until the second one came out before I started this one. There's like 815 pages. 815 pages in this book. And for me, the bigger the better, so that's okay. I can deal with that. But yeah, so the second one is out or is coming out. The second one is already out, so that's great. I'm interested to get into this one because I do love her other books. They are some of my favorites. I mean, yes, there are a lot of mixed messages when it comes to the ACOTAR Theory series, which is just A Court of Thorn and Roses. That series I loved. I loved the Throne of Glass series. I really did. So I have to give this a shot too, because I did love both of those. And then, so those were the 3 books that I had actually gotten in that package that I received. And now they're on my to be read list. And then there's this book as well. So The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. This one I found, I don't know if it's a standalone book or not actually. I bought it a while ago and kind of forgot about it. But it does seem right up my alley. She does have another book that came out, and it's book 1 in the Rook and Rose trilogy, so that's a trilogy, obviously. I can't even remember, what is the story about this one? Okay, I'll just read the back for you so that you know what I'm talking about. For every realm there is a god, for every god there is an heir, for every heir there is a price. Enter a world of bone and shadow magic, of vengeful gods and defiant chosen ones in the City of Dusk. The first book in the Dark Gods trilogy from a stunning new voice in epic fantasy. So, I guess she's kind of new. The 4 realms, life, death, light, and darkness, all converge on the City of Dusk, but the gods have withdrawn their favor from the once thriving and vibrant metropolis. Words. And without it, all the realms are dying. Unwilling to stand by and watch the destruction, the 4 heirs to divine power, Angelica, the elementalist, with her eyes set on the throne, Risha, the necromancer, fighting to keep the peace, Nicholas, a soldier who struggles to see the light, and Tessia, a shadow-wielding rogue with a reckless heart, will become reluctant allies in a quest to save their city. But their rebellion will cost them dearly. That is what made me pick up this book. So it's nice to know that this is part of a trilogy. I'm okay, I can stop at a trilogy, it's fine. But again, I do love to be invested in the characters, and this book cover, you'll notice as we're going along, especially on this shelf, that skulls are heavily in my decor. They actually really are. Wow, especially on this shelf. Anyway, so that is another book on my TBR list. Now, my to be read list is not as large as some people's because I am just starting to get back into the reading game, but I do have so many that I definitely need to read. I think Malice, that's another one. But right now, those are the 3 most, oh, I've got one more. One more. This one as well Kingdom of the Wicked. Oh, look at that, another skull. This one as well is on my TBR list. When I ordered it, I didn't realize that it was a young adult novel. I'm not big on the young adult novels, but again, book cover drew me in. So we're going to give this one a shot. I do have books 1 and 2, and if I do like it, then I probably will continue to read it. It would probably be like a quick read for me. Yeah, this book only has like 366 pages. These are the books on my TBR, but I have one that I have just recently started, which is, I lied, I haven't actually started it yet. That is A Soul of Ash and Blood. This is book 5, I believe, in the Blood and Ash series. I love that series. One of the things about this, it was definitely this series, and I'm pretty sure that anybody that's read them both will agree that this series is what actually dragged me into the Flesh and Fire series, because the Flesh and Fire series is like the prequel to these books. This one I'm going to start. I haven't actually started it yet. I just put my bookmark into place that a friend actually brought me back from China. But yeah, so I'm going to be starting this one tonight. I don't know how long it's going to take me. Depends on how invested I am in the story and how well it goes. But seeing as I'm already invested in this series, it shouldn't be too hard. So I just wanted to show you what I had going on there. And I am going to have to, at some point, I'm going to have to organize this shelf because I do have many more books that need to be read and purchased, actually. So many. But I think that I'm going to close the video off now. Like I said, this was just kind of a short one. I'm again just trying to get into a groove with this channel. But yeah, so thanks for being here.